we've heard about the eastern side of Boston. We wanted to know Boston. And I wanted to get somebody that was more knowledgeable about West Boston, where many of you live. And somebody told me Bruce Willson knows everything there is to know. Or you are.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Okay. I hate to follow on who it is. I don't know. Then they called me up and asked me if I'd do this. And I had what they say mixed emotions. That's why you see your mother-in-law driving over a cliff with your brand new pickup. I was born up beyond the Willson family on top of the hill there. And one year my dad, the power company comes and said, we'll give you the hay over the patch mill, but we'll go and cut it for nothing. So I think I was about 10 years old, maybe 11. And so my dad was going to take over the rake, I think, on the truck. And my brother was going to drive the one machine and the horses, and I was supposed to take the horse to rake with. And I got over as far as the iron bridge, and I was small enough so they had to help me get on the horse. So I didn't dare to get off, and got to the iron bridge. The old horse sticks his foot on the bridge, and backwards he'd come. He didn't like to sit on the land. And I said, oh boy, what am I going to do? And I was kind of upset. And at that time, there was a fellow that on the other end, the toll bridge. And he see what was happening, so he came over there and horse it. I got a when we lived just far enough away from West Boston School where Bob Brooks is now, so that they had to provide transportation, and I remember a few things about that. My dad was a horse trader, so we never knew what we were going to have for transportation. And the first couple of years that I was in West Boston, my older brother Dean and Ralph Smith lived where Matthew's place is. That's we went to school together. And Dean drove to school with the horse. And I remember we used to leave the horse down to another place. And my dad traded horses, and I don't know how we got to school, but I remember when we got the horse back into the wagon, to the old buggy wagon. And you couldn't back it into shafts, so the two would hang on to the front of the horse on each side, and the other one would drag the shafts up and hit the holdbacks and the tugs. And then then Dean would get into the wagon to drive, and we had to hang on to the horse on each side, because if you tried to hold him back, he'd start going backwards and almost tip the buggy over. So Ralph and I would jump out of the way, jump on the back of the wagon, climb over the seat while it was taken off. We had a lot of fun that way. And I got to bring this up, and I think Warren remembers it better than I do. We had a teacher that kind of a little short, chubby, old maid school teacher. And I think Warren said she paid $3 a week. She got $7 a week for teaching. And, well, my dad used to plow the roads with an old lead plow, wooden plow that he made for the horses. And we had 4 horses to drive it from our place down to what we call the Frog Pond. And then back down by, well, Larry Willson lives now, and back down to the ground place or something. And the roads, I guess, is one thing I remember. I remember when I was in the 7th and 8th grade, there was nobody else went on the hill, so I drove to school. And kept my horse down to another place or up to Howdy's. And I remember in the spring of going up towards the Willson farm, when the bottom of the buggy was almost dragging them up. And bushes hitting on both sides up to them. Of course, we folks know what it's like now. And I remember that very well. And, well, let's see. I can't give as good descriptions ladies as I'm trying. And one thing I wanted to mention was about the schools. I think we figured up there was 8 schools at one time. And there were 6 still operating, or 7 still operating. And I went to grade school. And found out something years and years and years later, where, just about where the Jane farm is, or the Jane house, used to be grave school. And my grandmother taught that, and as I can figure out, in 1870, she come from Granby. I don't know how she got down there. And Bill Smith lived where Barbara Matthews does, and he drove to school. One year only, he didn't have a TV, he had an old dog car with the curtains on it. And I think Sally learned to drive or something. He was an old man then. And we'd go on the dates with this side and then the other. And I remember they had the story around. I'm not sure if it was so, but I guess it was. He was always used to driving horses, and he drove into his garage right after he started driving and said, "Whoa, pull back in the steering wheel." Then they were speaking about the old people in Waterford, and I read a cute thing the other day I thought was kind of clever. This newsman said that he was talking to this fellow who was 99 years old, and amazed at his age and so forth, seemed to be in pretty good health. He said, "Well, I hope on your 100th birthday that I can come back and interview you." The old fellow said, "Well, I don't see any reason why you can't. You're looking pretty good health."